Hello, you're watching the Business Interview here on France 24. I'm Tom Burgess-Watson. My guest today is the President and Chief Executive of Volvo, the Swedish-based but Chinese-owned auto giant, who joins me now from the sidelines of the 64th Frankfurt International Motor Show, where 50 automakers are vying for the attention of the global media, unveiling 100 or so models collectively. Stefan Jacobi, thank you very much indeed for talking to France 24. Now, some pretty grim predictions for the Eurozone, and I'd have thought an auto show like this is a good indicator of how things stand, what the sentiment is like. What is the mood like where you are?
Well, if this is an indicator, this is a good news here. I think the entire automotive industry here in Frankfurt stays positive and optimistic. And from the Volvo point of view, we had a very good start into 2011 with a growth of more than 21%. We are the fastest growing luxury and premium brand globally. And we are positive that we can continue with this very good sales trend in the next month. That does not mean that we are not watching carefully the markets and observing what happens in our showrooms.
All right, and presumably you were at the Frankfurt Auto Show last time, back in 2009, and I'm assuming the mood is a little bit different this time around.
Absolutely. I had been here also in 2009, even 2007, hadn't been that optimistic. I see a very positive attitude of all competitors here, and we are also very, very positive for the long-term perspective of the automotive industry.
And is it fair to say the financial woes of the American car giants has sort of seen the balance of power shift with the must-see auto industry salon becoming Frankfurt and somewhat eclipsing Detroit?
Well, I don't like to make competitions between auto shows. We have three big market areas, China, North America and Europe. Both are even. It doesn't matter who is the number one. I'm pretty sure that China pretty soon will be obviously the number one market in the world with, 1.3 billion consumers. That makes sense, obviously. So we should not go into competition. Detroit makes this sense because it's the very first impression in the new year of where the auto industry is going. But Frankfurt, of course, is a highlight as well in the middle of the year, in the center of the German automotive industry, to see really where the competition is.
And as you say, your future is so closely tied to China, and not least because you're 100% owned by Zhejiang Geely Holding Group, and then that's precisely the market you have said is firmly in your sights.
Well, first of all, I think we have shown the world about the understanding and the willingness of the new shareholder to develop Volvo Cars. We have managed a tremendous turnaround last year with a turnaround of almost $1 billion. We could maintain into profitability. We are writing positive figures since 6 quarters now. We are growing with our sales. We are growing with our market share. And most important is we have now worked out our long-term strategy, and the investor, the Chinese shareholders, understands the long-term cycle of the automotive industry and is very much supporting this.
Now, you've said you want to capture 1/5 of China's luxury car market by 2015. You've got less than 4 years to meet this goal. Are you on track?
This is very ambitious. We are on track. We are growing in China. We will reach most likely about 50,000 vehicles sold this year in China. We are establishing our industrial footprint in China. We are ongoing in construction of our first plant in Chengdu, at the Sichuan province. We are investigating also a second manufacturing place. So our industrial footprint is on plan. On top of that, we are establishing engineering capacities in Jiading, close to Shanghai. And we have right now 600 engineers working for Volvo Cars, 100% integrated in our overall engineering processes.
Now, China is the world's biggest car market, so it's an obvious focus for any car manufacturer, and you're by no means alone in that market. You've got to do something or offer something that no one else has. What's going to be your way of setting Volvo apart from the competition?
Well, I think what we are doing right now is to find our distinguishedness. Volvo stands for Scandinavia. Volvo stands for Swedish and Scandinavian design. Volvo stands for environmentally friendly vehicles. And Volvo stands obviously and of course for safety and will remain staying for one of the safest cars in the world. So that brings us the uniqueness we can count on. We will be, with our design, as you maybe see here behind me, more distinguished, more Scandinavian, more elegant, more reduced in respect of our design, and with that attracting our consumers.
I'm going to come back to you on the vehicle behind you in just a moment, but I want to stay with China for just a moment because culturally, Volvo and your new Chinese owners are a slightly unusual fit. Even your chairman of Zhengzhang Geely, he told The Economist at the beginning of your new relationship, he said Volvo is premium, low profile and tasteful. Geely is a volume brand. Now, 1 year on, how is your relationship maturing, and is Volvo's culture largely left to its own devices and enjoying the autonomy presumably it needs to maintain that position in the market?
I think that quote was a very important statement. Geely is Geely and Volvo is Volvo. We are playing in different leagues. And of course, Volvo is a premium brand and will maintain in that segment, even going more upscale premium. And Geely offers product for the entry segments of the automotive industry, very much focused on the Chinese markets. We have identified a couple of areas where we are collaborating. For example, we are working on common sourcing in China, which makes sense because we are just entering the market, and with that, with Geely support, we can have a better access to qualified suppliers. Then we can actually have identified also electrification as one field where we can collaborate. So there are various areas where we on the industry side collaborate, but overall the setup is that we are within a financial holding. Geely is Geely and Volvo Cars is Volvo Cars.
Okay, you're unlikely to see another cash for clunkers scheme anytime soon in Europe or in the United States. So you've got to focus on new emerging markets. Apart from China, where else are you focusing your efforts?
Well, first, a couple of sentences concerning the European and American market. We are gaining market share in Europe. We are gaining market share in the United States as well. And these are our core markets where we want to have a stronger position than we had in the past. Of course, the quantitative growth are coming from the emerging markets with focus on China, but we are focusing also on growing markets like South America, Australia or South Africa.
Mr. Jacobi, consumers want a green, affordable car. They have done for years. What's Volvo doing in this area? It seems there's so many hurdles and the progress seems so slow in the industry as a whole. Where are we?
Well, consumers want to have an environmentally friendly car, affordable as you said, but they don't want to make any compromises in how they use the car, how reliable the car is, and how luxury and how performing a car is. That's actually very important to see in that aspect as well. And I don't agree with you that we are not making progress. I think the entire industry is doing significant progress in offering environmentally friendly vehicles. We have most of our vehicles in a range between 120, even 100 grams CO2 per kilometer, and these cars are very well received among our consumers and customers. So we see a trend towards environmentally mobility. We see also that consumers do not want to make any compromise in respect of performance and luxury, and we are working on that in offering both environmentally responsible vehicles with low fuel consumptions and the luxury consumers expect from a Volvo.
And the car behind you, let me just pick you up on that. You were talking about it just a moment ago. Is that an example of your green strategy? Does it carry some green credentials as well?
Yes, combining with emotions, with beautiful design, and with all the luxury consumers expect. This is a glimpse what will be possible in the future for Volvo Cars. We have announced during this motor show our new technology. Our technology is based on a new Volvo platform and architecture. It's called Scalable Platform Architecture. With that, we can actually gain commonality with core components up to 40–45% through the entire lineup of Volvo Cars in the future. And that offers us, as a relatively small manufacturer, to gain all the scale of economics others have with higher volumes. We have also defined our powertrains technology. Yes, we are investing into electrification. We are investing in hybrids, in plug-in hybrids. The first plug-in hybrid will be introduced 2012 with the first in the market diesel plug-in hybrid with our V60 plug-in hybrid. We are also investing into pure electrification as our cooperation with Siemens clearly documented, and we combine this with an advanced combined combustion engine generation where we only offer in the future 4-cylinder engines.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed to Stefan Jacobi, CEO and the head of Volvo. It's great talking to you. Thank you for talking to France 24. Thank you to you for watching. More news coming up very shortly here on France 24.